Okay. Welcome, everyone, to the first episode of Fishing Planet Challenges, where I will be accepting your challenges, and seeing how it goes, really. Now, first things first, I should probably move my camera. Hold on. Okay, just because there isn't really a good place to put it, I'm just gonna turn the camera off for now. I'm sorry for the black screens, by the way, those will go away in just a second. So yeah, guys, welcome to the first video of the series of Fishing Planet Challenges, where I will be accepting your challenges and hopefully succeeding at them. I know it's been a really long time since I've actually been on here, and with here I mean YouTube, but I am planning on getting back into it, guys. I just haven't really had the time. I've been busy with a lot of stuff lately. But hopefully in the next couple of days, maybe weeks, I'll be able to get a couple of streams in. And we'll see how it goes, I guess. Now, I do have premium in this game. So that means that any fish that you guys are going to catch might be the same weight / length of mine, but that doesn't mean that they're going to be worth as much or get you as much as XP. XP also depends on what kind of rod setups you're using. You can't overpower the fish because then you get less XP. Now I've got 7 different setups on me. One of them is a Brutus 10x10 SE with a Thunderspin 4500. I have X Series Mono 02, or just basic Mono 02 will do, it's the same thing. This one is my pike fishing rod. So I have a 4-rod hook with shiners on this. Then we have my Bass Pack LBAC Big Mouth Dagger 7x3 with a LBAC Bass Shooter 3000P. Now if you want an easy setup to compare to this that is just about the same setup, the only difference is the fact that it's not from a pack, you can just take a basic Basscaster 7x10. I know it's not as long, it's slightly longer, but it's not that bad. With a Counselor 3500P, and you can put the same on there, which is 20-pound test, Braid 009, I mean. The reason I use braid on my bait casters is just because you can fit a lot more braid on there than you can any other line. Then I've got this spinning rod here, right here, which is a Rivertech Zeus 8x10 SE with a Thunderspin 5500 SE with Fluoro 024, which is 40-pound test. You can see there the durability on that is getting quite low. So I'm gonna re-spool that here. I'm just gonna get as much line on there as I can. Which apparently is 2 foot more than last time, but it didn't actually put them on there. And then we can get rid of this line right here. Now these are some expensive lines. Like as you can see, I can sell these for 4 bait coins per basic spool. The X series I can actually sell for basically 600 bucks, which I don't get, but still. You can get a couple of bait coins per spool that I have here. Now these are all different types of lines I use throughout the day. This is a Featherlight 6x3 Sports Edition. You can get the basic edition as well with the Prima 2500, also Sports Edition. I have 8-pound test. In this case, this is mono 010 or mono 010, which is 10/100th of a millimeter. And I am using a 1/4 of an ounce 1/0 hook popper on this at the moment. Then right here I have my secondary float fishing rod, which I was using to fish for pike as well earlier, although I was fishing for a bit of a mixture, using it here and there for some different fish species. This has 20-pound test on it. This is a Phoenix 14x10, which is a good thing, because the higher or the longer the rod is, the easier it's going to be to cast, but you can't have it get too long because obviously a 21-foot rod isn't going to cast anywhere. You also need to look at the line weight, the length. Durability isn't necessarily a big factor. I like getting them kind of equal though, because as you can see right here, the durability on both the rod and the reel is 38,500, which will kind of hold me, I guess. The reel I'm using on it is a Hornet Swarm 5000, which is a 20.9 pound max drag reel, 9+1 ball bearings. The weight is 13 ounces. Oh, I'm sorry for that. The recovery is 35.5, and it has a reeling ratio of 5.1, so 5 to 1. Its capacity is mono 3200th or braid 3000th or 3170, 32,170. So this is a rod. I don't know why I have it on here still. This is a 10-pound test rod. I use this every now and then when I go to like Neherin to show people that you can actually catch 30-pound flatheads there on 10-pound test, no problem. I mean, like, it might take you a minute to hook an actual 30-pounder, but you could reel it in. It won't be too big of a problem. And for the gar up there, I usually use medium cut bait, but I don't have any of that on me right now. As you can see, I've got a decent array of baits here, all of which, except for the wax worms, because I rarely use them, I have a decent amount of. In my home storage, I have even more different types of baits that I use occasionally, although not as often. I'm gonna move that over, and I'll put that on there. So yeah, as of now, I don't really know what to do. I think I'm going to start with a very basic challenge, which is I'm going to go over to California. I have unlimited licenses for anywhere, so I can go anywhere you want, or you guys want me to. I'm going to try to go up here and catch 20 steelhead. 20 isn't that much. Like, on a full day, you can catch way more than 20, but I'm going to try to do it within not a full day. I'm going to try to do it by 12 p.m. or like 12 midday. I mean, which may or may not actually fail. Now that I think about it. Because I didn't check the peak times. So this could end terribly.
Because I didn't check the peak time.
Okay, so you guys do hear me. Ooh. It's gonna be a cheeky one. Okay, so for the steelhead, what my personal preference is, I'm gonna go into a I'll make a friends only room, why not? I'm gonna go to below the Crichton Dam, and as my setup, I am going to switch over to my Basscaster right here. Actually, no, I'm gonna switch over to this one because this one has a popper equipped to it already. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna switch over to the silver popper. 3/4 of an ounce 4/0 hook. You can go smaller, although you'll cancel out a lot of different fish species that you don't necessarily want by using the bigger one. Like for instance the bluegill, obviously. Nobody wants to catch a bluegill. California roach, which is absolutely weightless. I have never actually caught a California roach, now that I think about it. So, and then after that, I'll show you some good spots to fish for carp. Maybe some stripers as well, although the stripers are more of a nighttime fish. Yeah. I've got a couple of markers set up in my different lakes, but I don't really use the markers that often. I mainly just keep everything I need to know in my mind. Just remember it straight. Let me show you my markers up here. I don't think I have that many. I think I might have like 3 or 4 up here, if even. That's 1 down there. Do I only have 1 marker up here? Okay, I only have 1 marker up here, which is for white sturgeon. Oh no, wait, there's 2 up there. They're behind each other. Yeah, you can't actually see that because for some reason it's the same marker twice. For whatever reason that happened. So yeah, let's start off by going after some steelhead. See what happens. I'm just gonna go down here with a popper. If the popper doesn't work, I might switch to a different lure. But this should work theoretically. I've done this a couple of times so far. It's still really early morning, just started off the day. And I guess we'll see how we catch. So nothing on the first cast. That's a fish right there. Is it a steelhead? Oh no, it looks like a smallmouth. Yep, smallmouth bass. I mean, I'll keep it. I have a 440 pound net, so I'll keep any fish basically. But that is not part of the challenge, so let's keep fishing. That's a steelhead right there. See, just by the way that it has no problem at all taking out line right here. So if you hook something that has no problem taking a line, what you want to do is you want to stop reeling. And when the tension gets low, you can tap the button and reel it in a bit. See, like that. Don't let it go too low though. Or what you can do is you can stop reeling, visually pull back, and then when you look back at the fish, you reel. Although this won't work on the fish that actually exceed your weight by a lot. This is 20-pound test line. This doesn't mean that the steelhead is going to be 20 pounds. It might be. I doubt it, though. It might just... Actually, it might be a striper. No, it is a steelhead. Um, it's just because steelhead in general, they fight really hard. At least can be. This is a decent sized steelhead though. I think that might be a trophy. Watch it be my personal best steelhead. I would actually be highly surprised if it was. First fish of the day. Let's have a look. That's not a trophy? See, a 12-pound steelhead did that no problem, and this is 20-pound test line. I do not know why that... Well, it is what it is. If you guys want to know how to float fish for steelhead, like let's say you have stronger float fishing tackle because, I don't know, you bought a pack or something, or you just float fish more often than you do lure fishing, I'll show you how to do that in just a second. That's a fish right there. And it's definitely another steelhead. Oh, baby. This is a good one right here. Hey, new personal best steelhead, 19 pounds. If you're wondering why I haven't caught a unique steelhead yet, I don't really fish for steelhead that often. When I come up here, it's mainly to either catch stripers. I know steelhead are worth a lot more to catch stripers or to catch the carp. Okay, I'm going to try to catch one more steelhead and then I'm going to show you how to bait fish for them. And when I say bait, I mean float fishing. It's fairly simple. I don't know what level you have to, I don't quite remember what level you have to be to unlock the preferred bait for them. But I don't think you have to be too high. I don't quite remember. I don't actually know if they sell it here. Let me actually look at that. Do they sell the bait here? I highly doubt it though. No, they don't. Okay. Well, in that case, it's gonna be a thing. If you guys have any challenges that include a kayak, feel free to post them up as well, because I do have a kayak. Or if you guys have a challenge to catch, like, I don't know, some type of fish on, like, a really light line. Just give me what fish you want me to catch. An estimated weight. And what line you want me to catch it on. It's another $1,000 right there. I mean, as you can see right here, steelhead are a fairly easy way to make money. They're really expensive. Well, really expensive. Not if you compare it to like the northern pike from Michigan are more expensive, I'm pretty sure. I think the salmon are more expensive up here as well. But I mean, they'll get you back your money relatively easily. Now this is one of the only places you can properly fish topwater in California, aka San Quentin Delta. Um, there isn't really too many places to fish topwater up here. But what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna just try to hook one more steelhead on this popper, and then I'm gonna switch to a float. Show you guys how that works around here. Oh, and I might show you guys a funny glitch as well once I catch this fish here. I don't know if it still works. I think it does, because I don't think they would fix it. They don't have a point to. It's not a money glitch or anything, so they don't have a point to fix it. I doubt they will. Not really hooking anything on the popper anymore. Let's try this differently. Let's really pass the dam. Oh, that was... What the f... Okay, then I guess. I don't know if you saw that, but I popped it once and it instantly hooked up. Lol. That's not what I wanted, so I'm gonna keep fishing the popper here. I need a steelhead on here. Come on, buddy. I've been thinking about doing real life fishing videos as well. So tell me in the comments down below if you guys would like that. I mean, I do fish in real life occasionally. I do have a decent amount of gear standing around doing nothing if I'm not fishing, so. Pop, 1, 2, pop, 1, 2, pop. Yeah, I'm just gonna switch to bait fishing because they're not really hooking them up here anymore. I'm gonna go to the Phoenix 14 by 10 right here. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to my inventory and I'm gonna switch my hook size to a 2-aught. And I know that might seem fairly small, but it's not too bad considering that we are fishing for the steelhead because they have pretty small mouths. And you want to go down to the spawn sack. I mean, artificial eggs will work too. They will bite minnows, but with minnows you're going to have a lot of smallmouth bass and stuff like that bite, which we do not want. So we're going to switch to a spawn sack on a 2-aught hook. I'm going to keep on the pear-shaped float because obviously that's the easiest one to use, because it casts further and better. 20 inches is about right. If I'll do the glitchy thing first. So I'm gonna change to 25 inches here. I'm gonna cast it right against the dam. That should be it right there. And if the glitch still works, in a couple of seconds here, you're gonna start seeing the steelhead fly up like halfway up the dam. So that was a start. It wasn't the highest one yet, but that was a start. They should go a lot higher after that than that after like a couple of minutes here. Not even a couple of minutes, like 1 minute will more than suffice. So yeah. By all means, guys, if you guys have any challenges you want me to do in any of the games you've seen me play so far, feel free to post them down below, comments or in the chat of the live stream. Okay, that was one. I didn't actually see how far that one jumped because I was looking to my phone. Looking at me soon. That one went about quarter way up. That high. Oh, that one went a little higher. That one went up about that high. Let's see, can we get them to jump higher? I don't know if they'll jump up higher. I don't think they will. When I was sitting in the kayak a couple of days ago, I was popped in my kayak and I popped down here and I set myself off to the slack some line. I see it's a corner at the tip of my rod right now. And I put myself in the corner. I was casting along this area, both with float fishing gear and spinning tackle, crankbaits, poppers, spinners, jig heads with worms, shads, grubs, and all that shit. All that shenanigans. And I swear to God, mate, at a certain point in time I screenshotted it. A steelhead jumped out of the water and literally jumped over the dam. It literally flew over the dam, and if there's water on the other side, which I don't know if there actually is because obviously we can't see it, if there's water on the other side, I'm pretty sure he got into the water on the other side. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set my line leader to correct length for this fishing next to the dam, which is 20 inches. And you want to cast it about the same area, slightly closer though. Just like that right there. That is perfect. Your float is going to sit sideways, but it is touching the bottom. In the morning time you kind of want it to. If the water gets up a bit and it goes a bit warmer, you want to lift it up a bit and let it float down slowly. But hopefully I'll get to show you here in just a second that it doesn't take long whatsoever to hook a fish on this. Theoretically anyways, I don't know how much they're gonna bite. See, it's moving already right there. And moving but not biting yet. If you hear the dings, that is a fish being interested in my lure slash bait. Come on, fishes. There we go. That's a fish right there. Now first we're going to drag a bit of line because I never really checked the drag on this rod setup. I only put it together fairly recently. That fish came in really easy though. It's a 12-pound steelhead right there. That should put us around 4,000, 5,000? 5,100. A place you can also cast, it's the same area, is you just go more to the to the left here, and you go towards like the little corner. See this part that sticks out at the top of my rod? You just want to cast out into the corner, just like that, and let it sit out there. I don't know why, but for some reason it doesn't say that there's a floor there, and it's slightly deeper there. But not too much, so 20 inches is still a good length. And by the way, guys, if you guys have any tips and tricks, feel free to leave them in the comments down below. I will test them out, and if they are genuine, I will give you guys a shout out. And with genuine, I mean if they like actually improve the fish catching rate. Come on, float. Whoa! Okay then. That's what I mean right there. Yeah, you see we can pull it all the way into the red with this rod. Okay, let's just whatever the f that was, it's certainly has a strong steelhead. Just move down the bank here for a bit while I'm reeling in this fish. That's probably a trophy steelhead right there. Yep, 18.9 pound trophy steel. Hell yeah. I have no idea why it jumped up like that when I hooked it. That was a fucking nut job right there. It was absolutely fucking wonkers. Things just jumped up 2 feet. As soon as it grabbed my bait, my flutter went up instead of down. That ain't how a fish works. And all of a sudden I have 4 people watching. Okay then. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the stream. I'm just gonna cast it out and wait for the next fish to bite. Shouldn't take too long.
Hello. Go fishing Chinook salmon with me, dude. Stay in Alaska.
I totally forgot I had that voice on. Somebody said hello. I am very sorry, but I cannot read that name, so I'm not gonna attempt to. Same for the other one, because it can be pronounced very differently depending on what language you're from, what country you're from. Go fishing Chinook salmon with me, dude. Stay in Alaska. I don't know if you've noticed, this is on PS4. If you have a PS4 account, theoretically speaking, my name should be in the description, I'm pretty sure. Oh god, why the hell is the description still the one from fucking 2 years ago? Jesus Christ, mate, that's not supposed to happen. Okay, I'm just gonna do this right here. You can add me on that name if you want. What I'm gonna do though here. Oh wait, what the fuck is it doing all the way out here? What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go. You're gonna see a blue screen for just a second, guys. But I'm gonna turn off that voice because that's gonna get very annoying very quickly. Okay, there we go. Gonna see a black screen in the corner for just a second there, guys. I mean, if you guys want to give me a challenge, feel free to. As soon as I got my 10k back from here, I'm going anywhere for anything. So, if you've got a challenge for me to catch a certain type of fish in a certain lake, I don't know, like I was gonna say a tarpon, but they're not really a challenge. They don't get that big. Well, Chinook salmon could do an alligator gar, blue cats in Michigan. I don't really know. I mean, you can catch Chinook up here. They don't get as big as in Alaska, though. Biggest one I've pulled out of here so far was, if I'm not mistaken, this number might be totally off, but I think it was a 45 pounder, or somewhere around that, anyways. That's a fish right there. Holy Jesus Christ. Okay, that's definitely a steelhead. There's no way that this is not a steelhead. There we go. A little steelhead. I think I'm what, 6k right now? 7? Oh, 7.6 actually. Means like 2, maybe 3 more fish, and I'll be able to pop out of here and go to Alaska if you guys want me to. Hold on for 1 second, guys. Okay. Black screen in the corner. Why the hell does that always happen? I have no idea. I would love to be able to just turn off that black screen in the corner. Actually, I might just go up to Alaska right now because I don't really have anything to do I? My float has slowly been drifting towards me. Getting carp up here is pretty easy as well. The common carp and the striped bass you can catch very well late in the evening. So far in the game, there has only been 3 species, I think, that I haven't caught yet. Maybe 4. I think. What you could also do if the bite slows down a bit up here, you could just switch that to a piece of corn. Get a decent bit more line leader up here, like a 43. I'm gonna go down to. Actually, do want to keep that on a private for now. Down to fishing the beaver, which is a little island you can spawn on. What you're gonna do is, as soon as you're gonna spawn, you're gonna be pointing in that direction. You want to turn off to the right, and you see the little grass patch up there. What you actually want to do is you want to cast out to just in front of that grass patch. This game would allow me to, anyways. I've hooked carp that I've had trouble reeling in with the Brutus, which is at the moment a 32-pound setup. I think it has 32-pound test line on it. At that point in time, it only had 25 though. So I've given it a slight upgrade since. That's a ding right there. Come on, carp. Why don't you guys just bite my bait? I'm actually kind of curious as to how the battle is going to be if I do hook a unique carp on this rod. Because this is a fairly light setup. I want to say fairly, I mean compared to what I'm able to get. But obviously I'm not going to get 40-pound setups for every fish that I catch, because that just overpowers the fish. I like the battle. Well, to some extent anyways. I don't want to have a 3-hour battle for a 20-pound fish, but... That's a fish right there. Is it a good one though? Oh, it's coming in pretty easily. Can I put a Dragon Max drag on the reel? Well, it doesn't seem like it. I don't think it's a trophy. Might be, but I highly doubt it. Yeah, that just looks like a basic common carp. Yep. I'm gonna up my hook size a bit, and with the carp you're allowed to go pretty big but not too big. Like, I wouldn't recommend going above a 4-aught. A 4-aught is gonna give you a nice mixture of trophy carp and basic carp. A couple of uniques in there. That was land. A very easy way to get around the hitting land thing is if you switch to a Brutus 10x10 SE instead of a Riverdeck 17x10, and you put that at 40 inches line depth, and you switch that over to corn. That one can actually cast the perfect, oh, that was a bad cast, but it can cast the perfect amount of distance to just not hit the island. I just slack a bit of line out there, set it at the ready for the hook set. This can go up one more on drag, but I usually leave it down one until the hook set is finished, because for some reason sometimes whenever I set the hook, the tension will pop up above what it's at when you're just reeling in the fish, and that might cause the line to snap, so I tend to leave it I tend to leave it 2 down for the hook set, and I'll place it 1 down for the reeling unless it's not necessary. That's a ding right there. No, I see movement. Now, the reason I'm not really doing any like real challenges right now is because I haven't gotten any challenges from you guys yet. Because obviously this is the first episode of the series. What I'm hoping will happen is just like the GTA challenges and the Fallout challenges. Just like those guys, just like those ones, you guys will start uploading challenges after the first episode. Because on the GTA, I got a shitload. Most of them were people that added me on PlayStation and sending me private messages through PlayStation. Now, if you don't want me to review a PlayStation game, but you want me to review, or you want me to review a PlayStation game or a PC game, I can do that too. I have a relatively powerful PC. With Steam on it and a small collection of different types of games. Now see, I wasn't really that surprised when I heard the clicks on the other rod. I am kind of surprised when I heard the clicks on this one, but it still looks like a common carp. Yes. Because this rod has slightly more powerful line on it. As you can see right here. This rod right here has braid 009 on it, which is 20 pound test. as to where the Brutus actually has Mono O2 on it, or X Series Mono O2, which as you can see here is 32 pound test line. Now I have a variety of different lines on me depending on what rod and reel I'm using and what I'm fishing for. I might switch these out every now and then, although I tend to not switch them out until they're low durability. Not really getting too many bites here today. Back when I had a 220-pound net, I used to fill up the net by this time. It's just been a bit of a lazy day today. I'm kind of hoping to hook a decent carp today. Not necessarily a personal best, but at least a good one. I doubt I'll be able to beat my personal best carp anytime soon. Well, in game at least. That's a fish right there. Doesn't feel like a big one though. Oh. Did we hook a big carp? Question mark. It's waving a bit, though it's not pulling too much line. Not pulling any line actually, it's just pulling a bit of drag, slowing down the reel, but it's not pulling any line. As of now. I think this is a trophy, guys. It's a biggin. A 29-pound trophy common carp, $1,900, 41 inches, and 522 XP. That right there is a decent sized carp. Whoa. Decent. It's not amazing, but it is a decent sized carp, as you guys can see right there. In comparison to my in-game body, that carp is absolutely humongous. So we're gonna go ahead and put him in the keep net. Let's have a look at how much cash we have. 10,000, so that's our trip back right there. 7:40 a.m.
Fast för mig kryddor. Ska du vara fisk?
Zo gaan we altijd door, maar we zijn momenteel alles live aan het zeggen op YouTube. Hè.
Bouillonbroodje.
What the fuck schrijf jij dat, jong? Okay. Heard a couple of dings and didn't see any bites though. There's another ding right there. That's a fish right there. It's a really small one. Or it's not fighting at all. That's also a possibility. No, it's just a really small one. What the hell is this? Is that a young carp? That is a young bloody carp. That's a baby carp. Jesus Christ, mate. Okay, I'm gonna try to catch one more carp and then I'm gonna go to a good striper spot and show you guys that. Come on, buddy. And one more carb, that's all I'm asking for. Trophy one would be nice, but it isn't necessary. Come on, just take it. This is taking way too long. Dragonfly landing on my rod means good luck. Why is this taking so long? This is taking way too long right here. So yeah, after this carp, I'm gonna switch to some striped bass probably. Why is this taking so long? I don't know, guys. What I might actually do here is I might just catch this one next fish here. If it bites anytime soon, anyways. And then pop off. Take the time to properly study all the places. I mean, like, I've got good ways at every place to catch fish. Doesn't mean I know all the ways, though. I know a couple of ways for every lake slash river. So after this, I'm gonna go off and I'm gonna take a time sooner or later, who knows, maybe within the next week or so. I'm gonna take a time to make a proper tutorial on how to fish California, Michigan, Alaska, a couple of other places. It's taking a long time to bite whatever it is. I mean, like, it's probably gonna be a carp. I wouldn't know what else here would bite a 4-aught hook with corn on it. What was that? I'm gonna reel in, guys. I'll take the time soon to make a proper tutorial on this place on how to fish anywhere. I don't know why, but today I'm not catching much at all. I mean, it's not a terrible day. I still got my money back, and it's just the beginning of the day. I mean, like you see, we still have a lot of time to go here. But I'm gonna end this here now, and I'll see you guys next time. Later.